Hello, how's it going, guys? Happy Wednesday. I feel like I never know what day of the week it is. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully we're all doing pretty good. That would be the plan, right? I'm gonna give everyone a couple more minutes before we get started. Our workout today is going to require 2 dumbbells. I'd like them to be the heaviest dumbbells that you got. So pick out the heaviest ones that you have, and you're going to be using those. We're going to be doing strength-based stuff, so opposite of yesterday's workout, where we got our heart rate up pretty aggressively. Today our heart rate's going to go up, but then we're going to allow it to come down pretty much like that. So for warm-up, we're going to do some yoga. So we're going to get ourselves ready to go just through some little short yoga routine that's going to combine our mobility and our heart rate stuff. And then we'll get started with our strength stuff. So once again, you're going to need 2 pretty heavy dumbbells for today's workout. And yeah, so a couple more people logged on. If you're on here, yeah, go ahead and say hey so I know who's here. Hey, Shelly. Hey, Carlos. Nice to see you. Monica and Joey. Who else is on here that I don't know of, but I can see that there's more. I'm currently eating applesauce, if you're wondering what's in this packet. I'm a Costco member, and I found that these pouch things are really good to ensure that I eat fruit every day. I love fruit, but sometimes I don't like chopping it up. So if I have a pouch, then I have an apple every single day. So to start with our warm-up, cool. Hi, Kai. Hi, Swimnut, Arez, Kaden, everybody. Good to see you all. We're going to start with yoga today. So find a spot, and we're going to start. Excuse me. And we're starting our down dog. So we're going to be in your down dog like we do. Normally, we're going to go through those 20 walks here. So just kind of really stretching out those calf muscles. You got 20 walks and bending the knee. I want you to try to push your hips up high to the sky. Get your head equal to your arms. Feel a nice stretch. If something feels like you want to kind of hang out there for a second, feel free to kind of hold one side a little longer than the other so you can really get the benefits of this entire stretch. And then from there, you're going to walk your hands to your feet, coming into a forward fold. We're going to hang out here for 3 big old deep breaths. So breathe all the way in, and then exhale all the way out with intention. Go ahead and do that 2 more times. From there, we're going to bring our hands to our shins, and we're going to look forward, making a flat back. So it's going to be looking like this. So make a nice flat back as if someone was eating off of your back like a table. And then what we're going to do is drive back down to that forward fold. And we're going to just come up to that flat back and down to the forward fold. Everybody's going to do that 5 times. So go ahead and alternate between the flat back and the forward fold 5 times. Once you finish 5, you're going to walk your hands back out to that down dog. And from here, we're going to take our right leg up to the sky, and we're going to open up our hip by dropping our foot over to the left side. And we're going to do a few hip circles. So you're going to move your knee 5 times to whatever direction you start with. And then you're going to go 5 in the opposite direction. So you're trying to draw a circle with your knee, which is essentially making your hip move. After you finish 10 of those, you're going to drive the right leg through into your pigeon pose on your right side. And then you're going to come down onto that right hip, feeling a nice stretch on the front of your left leg and also the outer right hip. So the lower you can go down, the more flexible you are. Really try to flatten the left leg, getting the quad down and the shin down, all of that. And the tops of the foot is down as well on the left side. So you can really kind of just sink yourself down into the mat here. And we're going to take 3 big deep breaths again. So breathe in as much as you can, and then exhale out with intention on all of those breaths. Once you finish your 3 breaths, we're going to go back into down dog. I'm going to move my computer back here so you guys can see me better. Cool. So you're going to be in your down dog. We're going to do the same thing. You're going to kick your left foot up to the sky, bend at the hip, drop it over. We're going to do 5 hip circles to one direction, and then 5 hip circles to the opposite direction. And then we're going to kick that leg through into our pigeon pose and lower down to the mat with the entire right foot front side on the mat. And then the left knee kind of hanging out to the side with the left foot out towards the right. Let's take our 3 big, huge, awesome inhales here. Good. From there, we're going to go back to our down dog, and we're going to go through our flow. So remember, the flow is from down dog to the top of a push-up, and then you're going to lower down slowly into your up dog, back to your down dog. So everybody go through one big old flow. Once you finish that flow, we're all going to be in child's pose. So we're going to put our knees together and our heels together, walk our hands out, and drop our head to the mat, feeling a nice stretch in our lower back, but also our hips. So once you get there, you're going to do 3 big intentional breaths. Good, and then you're going to keep your elbows on the mat, so your whole body's going to stay in the same place. But we're going to stretch our triceps. You're going to bend at the elbow, bringing the hands together like they're clapping to the upper part of your neck, and you're just going to kind of let the head push through the arms like they do in regular child's pose, and you'll feel a nice stretch here in your triceps and also your lat muscles as you're hanging out. Good. From there, we're going to come up to our tabletop position. So tabletop is all fours. Put your hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Let's go through 10 cat-cows. So really nice extension of the spine, followed by retraction of your scapulas. Go through 10 of those, feeling your arms getting warmed up. As I said, we have an arm strength day, so we want to make sure they're warm muscles, but then they're also flexible and being able to work through a good range of motion today. So take your left hand into the middle of the mat, right arm up to the sky. Let's go ahead and thread that through. Take your left arm up into a streamline, feeling a nice big old stretch. You want to, you can also take the left hand around to the right side and try to grab for your opposite hip crease. Some people like that. It doesn't really matter. It's just more of a preference thing. And then after you've been there for a couple breaths, you're going to unwind and do the exact same thing on the other side. Right arm down, left arm up. Exhale as you drag that arm through. Bring your right arm up overhead, around to the opposite hip crease, and hang out here for 3 big old breaths. Good. As you unwind, we're going to walk out to our Sphinx pose. So your Sphinx pose, reminder, is elbow under shoulders now. Hands are going to be out in front. From there, we're going to nod our head yes, very slowly, 5 times, stretching out the very last tip of our neck and also the front side of our stomachs. So if your abs are tight, maybe you've been doing a lot of abs, this is a nice stretch for your abdominals. It's very passive. It's not super hard, but it's good for the front side of your body. From there, you're going to take your right hand to your right foot, bring it into your bum, and then pull that in as close to your butt as possible as it will go. Hold that for 3 big breaths. Once you finish your third, go ahead and switch sides. Same thing, 3 big breaths. Good. Once you finish that, you're going to push your body up to your all 4 positions. Then from there, you're going to hop into a down dog. And what we're going to do is we're going to walk our feet to our hands this time. So we're going to end up in a forward fold. So kind of move around your toes here. Wiggle all your 10 of your toes while you're in your forward fold. Sometimes it stretches a little bit differently on the calf muscles. And then what you're going to do is you walk your feet out just slightly outside of your hips. So a little bit wider than shoulder width. And we're going to drop down into our squat. Trying to keep our heels on the ground. So here, if you can bring your hands to a prayer pose, you can do that as well. But hang out here for 3 big old deep breaths in your low squat. Good. Once you finish 3 deep breaths, we're going to flip over. So we're sitting on our bums and we're going to go into a reverse table. Reverse table, your fingertips are pointing towards your heels. And you're going to push your body up as far as it will go. Ideally looking more of a table than I am, but I have really tight shoulders. So go up as high as you can, hold that for 3 deep breaths, and then relax for a second. We're going to do the same thing one more time. Up, up. Good. All right, last 2 that we're going to do is we're going to do just regular butterfly pose. So go ahead and bring your heels in towards your groin as much as you can. You can rock side to side if you want. You don't have to. We're going to hold this for 3 deep breaths, stretching the inner part of our thighs. Once you finish 3 breaths there, we're going to go into tortoise pose. This is our last one. So tortoise pose is the same thing as what is your regular butterfly pose. It's just your heels are a little bit further away. And then from there, you're going to drive your hands under so your palms are facing up. And you're going to try to curl your back down as far as your body will let you go, creating a little tortoise shell, which is why this is called turtle pose and tortoise pose. Good. Go ahead and just shake everything out. Make sure you feel pretty good. If going into a forward fold sounds kind of nice to you, but on the ground, go ahead and do that. My legs are kind of sore, so this sounds good to me for right now. And what you need to get is your dumbbells. So we have our dumbbells ready to go for the next part of our workout. Reminder, you want the heaviest dumbbells that you can get today. I love the fruit veggie pouches. It's like eating baby food, but it makes it so much more convenient to eat it, and they're already like cooked and they taste good and whatever. Adam, that's so exciting. Congratulations on swimming. Joey, graduating on Sunday. That's huge. What are you graduating from? What grade are you in? So as I said today, guys, we're doing arm strength. So we have 2 sets that are kind of at your own pace, and then the last one we're going to do it all together. So at the end of today's workout, you should feel a nice pump in your arms, feel like you worked your arms. So depending on what weight you all have, I'd like everybody to write in the chat what weights you have. If you have a really lower weight, I'm going to change the rep scheme depending on what your weight is compared to mine. So go ahead and write in the chat what your weights are. We'll make sure that the rep scheme is reflective of how many you are doing. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to do 3 sets of 12 floor presses, followed by 10 tuck outs, which is an abs workout, and then you're going to take 20 seconds rest. So you're going to work through that at your own pace. It's just 3 times through. It shouldn't take you too long. And then we're going to take a little bit of a break, and we're going to do 3 times through something else. So swim night, you have 12, so 12 is cool. If you have under 10s, let's just do this. We'll make it easier. If you have under 10-pound weights, you're going to do 16 floor presses. If you have 10 to 15 pounds, you're going to do 12 floor presses. And if you have greater than 15, you can do 10 floor presses. So that'll be like your general guidelines depending on what your guys' weights are. So less than 10, you're going to jack that up to 16. If you're 10 to 15, you'll stay at 12. And if you're greater than 15, you're only going to do 10 of them. So once again, this is at your own pace. You're going to do 12 of them followed by tuck outs. So a floor press is with your dumbbells up at the top here. You're going to be basically doing a bench press. Your dumbbells will be long ways. And you're going to bring them down out to the side with your arms at a 90-degree angle and then push them up and clunk them together. So it's down, up, up. After that, you're going to go into tuck outs, which are basically your half V-ups. You have 10 of those after you finish however many reps you're doing of your floor press. And then you're going to take 20 seconds rest. You're going to do that 3 times. So let's go ahead and get this started. And I'll see you guys in a couple minutes. All right, guys, 10 seconds. In 3, 2, 1, ready to go. Good. When you finish that, right into your tuck outs. Good. And then you take 20 seconds rest when you're done. 20 seconds. Need to see. Good. One more round for me. Good. So when you finish that, go ahead and write in the chat that you are done. You should feel some work happening in your chest, which is what that movement specifically designed for. Cool. So we're going to do something really similar to what we just did. The next piece is going to be 16 chest flies. Same criteria on the weight that you're using. So if you're using a less than 10-pound weight, you have 16 of them. If you're 10 to 15, you're going to do 12. And if you have greater than 15, you're only going to do 10. But whatever that rep scheme is, everybody's doing chest flies followed by 20 bicycles. So a chest fly opens up the weight to the sides. So you're going to start with your weights together, different from how they were at the top of your floor press. So they're going to be together parallelly. And then you're going to bring your elbows out to the side and think about giving someone a hug that's like in front of you, even though you're laying down. So you're creating a circle and you're coming down and up here. Nice big old hug. So it's still a chest exercise, but you want to make sure that when you're doing this, you're like pretending, it's like you're pretending you're hugging a barrel and you're creating a big old circle. So you want to keep that circle the entire time as you go through this exercise. And then afterwards, you have bicycles for abs that we've done before. So same thing, 3 times through. Let's get started in 10 seconds. In 4, 3, 2, 1, ready to go. Good, 20 seconds in between. All right, round 2 for me.
Warm nights, slow hands, you let me sleep. Your arms with your heart in front of me. Sweet words, small clouds, you said to me, you'd be loving me forever. We got lost in the night, now we're stumbling through.
All right, guys, good job. One more round.
Sometimes I wonder why we have to work this hard. I remember nobody loves me like you do.
Last one. All right, guys, nice job. When you finish that, go ahead and write in the chat that you're done. You got one more thing. Nobody loves me. Cool. How's everyone feeling? Should feel like your arms are getting a nice workout. No matter what, it's me and you.
Dancing under the stars, kissing you in the dark. I remember your love.
last part of today's workout is the EMOM that we're all going to do together. It's every minute on the minute for 4 minutes. So we're going to do 6 bicep curls followed by 6 skull crushers. So once you finish that, you rest until the next minute or the next top comes around, and then we redo it. But yeah, my legs are sore from skipping yesterday too, specifically my hip flexors. So bicep curls, you guys know how to do. We're only doing 6 of them. So you're going to be here, curling up 1, 2, 3, etc. Then you're going to put your weights down. You're going to lay down to go into 6 skull crushers. Reminder, skull crushers, you're holding the weight like you're holding your own hand. And then from there, you bring the weight up back behind your head, you tap, and you extend all the way up to a straight arm. You got 6 of those total. So 6 bicep curls, 6 skull crushers, every minute on the minute for 4 minutes, and that will be our workout today. So let's go ahead and get started in 10 seconds. In 3, 2, 1, ready, go. All right, good job, guys. We got 3 more rounds. All right, 10 seconds. In 3, 2, 1, ready, go. Good job, guys. 2 more rounds. Time to get up here and bump it. All right, 10 seconds, 10 seconds. In 3, 2, 1, ready, go. Up here and bump it. Good job, guys. 1 more round. Ten seconds, last round. In 3, 2, 1, ready, go. in the chat that you are done. Reminder, tomorrow's Dryland is at 1:30. So it's regular time tomorrow. I already know what we're doing tomorrow, so it's going to be a good one. So you should definitely tune in to that. As you can see today, heart rate didn't get very high. You should feel like you did some stuff with your arms, but as far as from like a cardio perspective, we didn't really touch any of that energy system. So if you want to go for a run or for a long walk or a bike ride, feel free to do that. Congrats to Joey on graduating. Congrats to Adam on getting able to swim soon. I know a lot of you guys are going to be coming in to these Dryland classes, maybe being able to swim in some capacity here in the near future. So as I've said before, I will keep you posted on what's going to happen with Dryland once we and myself and the team that I coach for also get back into the water. So great job today, guys. Awesome Wednesday. Have a great rest of your midweek hump day, and I will see you guys all tomorrow.